And you guys, the best part about this property, it comes with a collection of magazines that the pages are actually sticking together on these things. So,
are you sick and tired of sitting in front of your dialer for 4, 5, 6 hours a day only to generate a few leads? Well, what if I told you there was an easier way? A way to stack the data together, to know that the property owners are on a foreclosure list, on an eviction list, on a high equity list, so you know who to target first, second, and third to make the most out of your time. Instead of 1 in 50 leads being a deal, maybe it's 1 in 20. Instead of 5 hours a day dialing, you dwindle it down to 2 hours a day, yet you go on more appointments. You talk with higher quality leads, and ultimately you get more contracts. Now, do you want to know how to do this or the tools to use in order to do this? If you do, just smash the like and subscribe button so YouTube will let me show you it. But let's jump into it right now. First, let me tell you a quick story about a property that we just put under contract yesterday. It was a deal in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. I'm not going to give out the address yet because we have not officially assigned it as of this video, but I had called up the owner. I was going through the newly vacant records as of January 1st. We have a system that we use called REISift that notifies us of all the newly vacant records. So I was going through that list and I noticed that there was some properties that had recently sold that were vacant, other properties that maybe the tenants had moved out and they were vacant. But then there was this one property owner who I had called up and I had a conversation with. And the conversation went a little like this. Hey, Mike. Hey, it's Carter here. Hey, I'm calling about your property at blank and blank Avenue in Oshkosh. And then he, of course, replies,
yes, how can I help you with that?
Well, I'm just calling, you wouldn't possibly consider an offer on the place, would you? And then to my surprise, to my luck, he said,
yes, actually I would. You guys had reached out to me, or someone from your team had reached out to me 6 or 9 months ago.
And ultimately I had the conversation with Mike. I was pre-qualifying him, seeing what's going on. He had told me the property's in extremely rough condition. He doesn't know if she'd be tore down or remodeled. He doesn't know what should happen, but he had relocated out of the area and now he wants someone to purchase his property from him so he doesn't have to do any of the remodeling, clean out. He doesn't have to deal with it. So I got in my car, I took a drive by it, and when I set my eyes on it, I knew that the property needed work. I tried getting in the door, everything was locked, but I walked around the outside. I was like, okay, the structure is good, the foundation's decent, but it needs windows, it needs a roof, it needs some soffit and fascia work. It needed a lot of work. So when I called Mike back, I asked, Mike, what do you plan on selling this place for?
He's like, Carter, I need $27,500.
And I almost fell off my chair. I was like, $27,500. I knew properties in the area, they're going for $130,000 remodeled. So if he wants $27,500, that leaves a huge wedge for possible updates and profit margin. So what I did next was I scheduled the appointment with Mike, and instead of telling you what the property looked like, let me show you what it looked like.
So we are in the property. Now, as you can tell from the stuff behind me, this place is what we would like to call a fixer-upper. But let me take you on a tour of the house. 2-bed, 1-bath, 900 and some odd square feet. But as you can tell, it needs a ton of work. This is a property that we have the ability, we could renovate this if we wanted to, but it might be easier to take the quick upfront profit than spending months and months gutting the house, redoing the kitchen, bathroom, wiring, plumbing, roof, everything in between the basement and the trusses. So let's take a quick tour. You can see that the owner had previously started renovations on this place. And it needs some love. So we have the kitchen here, bathroom here. And the owner had lived in this house for 17 years. They were working on this house for the past couple, and then he ran into some health issues and he needed to sell this property. So when I called him, it was a relief just to get rid of the place. He, in his mind, was thinking, okay, is it better to demolish the thing and start brand new construction, or do I sell it to someone looking to do a flip on it, or keep it as a rental and make the numbers work in that regard? So as we're walking through, you can see that there's stuff piled everywhere. It's been like this for several months' time, and it's freezing cold in here. Right now, it's probably 15 to 20 degrees outside, and there's no heat on in this house. So hopefully, The plumbing was winterized so the pipes don't burst, but otherwise the roof is leaking. You can see that here, and it just needs to be completely torn off and replaced so you don't deal with those issues for months to come. So you can tell just by walking through here, and I have boots on right now, but you can tell that he might have been a smoker, and obviously you can't smell anything through the video, but there's packs here, the walls are smoke stained. It needs some love. So this is the gentleman's bedroom right here. That was the bed that he slept on, and it's very difficult to see because there's no lights that currently function in the house. And there is Katie. On a scale of 1 to 10, everyone, how comfy do you think this couch is? Like, you can see it's a little worn, gently used condition, as is all their models. But Katie, what do you think of this one? A winner or a loser?
Winner.
What the fuck? Why is this sticking to my fucking foot?
Look at the bottom of your foot. Rub it on the carpet.
So you guys, what the numbers look like on this place. The owner was originally asking $27,500 for it with an after repair value of about $130,000. So what I did when I met with Mike, the owner, is I said, Mike, would you consider anything less? Like, the property's in really rough condition like you guys all just saw. So is there some flexibility? And he said, make me an offer. So I came in at $24,000. He's like, no, I can't do that low. I still owe money on this place. So we ended up settling at $26,000, and right now we're trying to wholesale it for $42,000. I don't know if we'll get that price, but if we do, we stand to make $16,000 on a deal that he thought the house should be tore down. And this is the magic of targeting the most distressed property owners who are actually motivated in selling their property.
Grocery bags, anyone?
So if you guys thought that the upstairs was bad, wait till we get down in the basement, because this is piled to the ceiling with stuff. So we're not gonna go too far in here, but I'll have Katie pan so you can see to what extent this basement is full of belongings that we are responsible to clean out, as the next purchaser, or the wholesale buyer, will be responsible to take care of. And you guys, the best part about this property, it comes with a collection of magazines that the pages are actually sticking together on these things. So who knows where those have been? I for sure do not want them, but if you want them, comment down below. We can mail them to you if we end up closing on this ourselves. But if you guys got any value from this video whatsoever, please hit the like and subscribe button. I appreciate you watching it, and I will see you in the next video.